Fire, shadows, and illusions. In episode 6, nothing is what it seems. Tokiyuki risks his life for Genba, and their destinies begin to intertwine. Betrayal, trust, and the light of the full moon. Can you spot the hidden genjutsu level art woven into this anime? Let's take a closer look. Welcome to Jas Anime Commentary. 皆さんこんにちは。Hey guys, I'm Jas, a Japanese anime fan. On this channel, I share the cultural and historical background behind anime, translating the feelings and meanings that Japanese people naturally understand but are often missed across cultures. Sometimes a character hides a secret that Japanese viewers notice right away but others might miss. Or a line sounds perfectly normal in Japanese, yet feels a little unusual in English. I'll explain these hidden details to help you enjoy your favorite anime in a deeper, richer way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And just a heads up, this video includes some spoilers. You guys ready? Let's get started. Today we're looking at episode 6 of the Elusive Samurai, Steal the Imperial Command from Ogasawara's residence at night. And here's a quick recap. Tokiyuki and Genba break into Sadamune's residence, but Tsukifusa spots them. During their escape, Tokiyuki protects Genba and gets hurt. Then he apologizes for doubting Genba and even praises his incredible ninja skills. A bond of trust begins to form between them. Genba fights back with its genjutsu or illusion, helping everyone escape. The decree burns in the process, and that ends up saving Suwa's land. Meanwhile in Kyoto, Takauji Ashikaga's power keeps rising, and its growing influence threatens Tokiyuki's future. Honestly, my first reaction was like, what's up with all the creepy people in this show? You know, Gorain, Sadamune, and Tsukifusa, they're all disturbing in completely different ways, right? In both Japanese and English, it feels like the voice actors are pouring their souls into the creepiness. Gotta respect that. The creepiest part, though, was that scene where Sadamune is chasing Tokiyuki on horseback, and Tsukifusa suddenly hugs him from behind and says, "Silly man, I'm here for you." Like, what? For anyone who was wondering about this scene, it's actually from a 1999 Japanese skincare ad. In that ad, a heartbroken woman is at home putting on lotion, and this handsome guy, kind of like a lotion fairy, appears and whispers, "Silly girl, I'm here for you," while hugging her. It's creepy, right? So I guess Tsukifusa is like the ear fairy comforting troubled Sadamune. Seriously, what's this scene even made for? But this kind of over-the-top parody humor is so typical of Matsui-sensei. Now back to the main topic. During their escape, Genba decides to protect Tokiyuki and turn back to fight Sadamune and Tsukifusa. And my reaction was like, isn't it kind of cute? I think he's not as cruel or cunning as he thinks he is. It seems like his father's teaching carried the pain and anger of being betrayed by someone they trusted. For a child, what they learn from their parents often becomes the framework of the world, something they just accept without question. And in a time of chaos, that kind of teaching could actually help a child survive on their own. That's probably why he is so shocked by Tokiyuki's attitude. If someone had called Genba's ninja trick cowardly or dishonorable, he probably would have said, "So what? If you got tricked, that's your fault." But Tokiyuki is the completely opposite. He's like, "That's amazing, your skills are incredible." And he said, "When we run together." In that moment when Genba decides to protect Tokiyuki, he says this monologue. "If he hadn't saved me earlier, it would be easy to leave him behind. But he risked his life for me, so now I have to repay my debt." The English version sounds a little more sincere, but in Japanese, he's way more perverse or tsundere about it. If you translated it literally, it's more like, if it weren't an invisible favor, I could just ignore it. But once it becomes a visible debt, I've got no choice but to repay it. The visible death means the wound Tokiyuki gets instead of Genba. It's that whole, fine, I'll do it, but don't get me wrong vibe. In a previous episode, Genba even said something like, trust is an illusion, something you can't see, so it doesn't exist. He's basically a material boy. So here, he's not saying, I'll follow you. It's more like, I'm just paying you back because I owe you. That's all. Which somehow makes him really cute, right? Still, deep down, the meaning is the same as the English line, so I think the translator is amazing. He hasn't fully trusted Tokiyuki yet, but I think something has clearly changed in his mind. Maybe that's why he chose to become one of Tokiyuki's retainers. It's a really beautiful scene. Two people with completely different values and social status finding a connection. In a previous episode, Yorishige told Tokiyuki, you must learn to also use wicked retainers. And here, we actually see Tokiyuki doing that. Not with manipulation, but with empathy. It's fascinating how this story portrays a hero in a collapsing world where right and wrong aren't clear anymore. By the way, did you see that shadow animation? It was so beautiful. I literally got chills. This anime has always had amazing artistic direction, but this episode just blew me away. At first, I thought it was a silhouette animation created with CG, but it was all real paper. The scene was directed by Saori Watanabe and Kimimasa Inazumi, and they posted behind-the-scenes videos on X. The team actually hand-cut the silhouettes, lit them from behind, and filmed them frame by frame. When I watched them, it felt like I was inside Genba's illusion. According to the art directors, it took 31 days to create just 28 seconds of footage. And when you look closely, you can see the texture of the paper, the softness of the light, even the way the colors bleed through. It's absolutely stunning. And remember the triangles we talked about in episode 5? They show up again here. I literally gasped when I saw them. If you don't know what that means, you should check out my episode 5 video. Now, symbolically, the scene where Tokiyuki's back is torn open, it probably represents the deep betrayal he experienced during the fall of Kamakura. But even after that, he reaches out his hand. He connects with others, and that experience leaves new triangle marks on his back. To me, they symbolize the Hojo family's pride and the light of the trust and progress that he creates along his journey. Even if he's betrayed again, he carries that connection on his back and keeps moving forward. In a moment when the shadows of Ayako, Genba, Shizuku, Kojiro, and one more person appear at his feet. It's just breathtaking. Alright, time for a quick quiz. Just by watching this episode, people who know Japanese culture can actually guess what season this event takes place in. So, what season do you think it is, and how can we tell? You've got 5 seconds. The answer is the full moon in autumn. In Japan, it's called Chushu no Meigetsu, and people offer rice dumplings and Japanese pampas grass to give thanks for the year's harvest and pray for good fortune. We call it harvest moon in English, right? It's kind of like Thanksgiving in the West. Not the same event, but similar in spirit. So maybe this scene means that Genba has become a new harvest, a new companion Tokiyuki has gained. By the way, do you remember the title of episode 1? It's May 22nd. But that's based on Japan's old lunar calendar, which corresponds to July 4th in the modern calendar. That means the Hojo clan fell on July 4th, 1333. And the night of the harvest moon would have been around late September that same year. So if this scene takes place about 3 months after the fall of Kamakura, it actually makes sense, doesn't it? We can't be completely sure, but still, it's kind of exciting to think about, right? And that's episode 6. This episode was such an emotional roller coaster. So many things happened. My commentary keeps getting longer every week, and I honestly don't know how to stop. Next time, we'll look at episode 7, Children in Winter. Winter already, that was fast. By the way, Suwa, the real region in Nagano Prefecture where this story takes place, gets freezing cold in winter. But even in that icy weather, there's so much going on. New stories, new characters, and new chaos, so stay tuned. I can't wait to share it with you. If you had fun with this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and I'd love to hear from you. What scenes do you want me to explain, or are there other anime you'd like me to cover? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.